So you go to the gym, you got a heavy set deadlifts, or squats, or bench press coming up, and you begin doing your reps. Maybe let's say it's a hard set of 5. Once you begin this hard set of 5, after the second rep, you're like, oh man, this is so slow. This is a problem a lot of people have, is just the speed of their movements are very slow, and this makes it more difficult for them to finish the reps that they are supposed to be finishing. So today I wanted to go over a couple quick fixes that we can use. So not necessarily quick, they're obviously going to take some time to implement, but there's some fixes that you can use right away to help you speed your lifts up. So the simple answer: lift more explosively. When we lift more explosively, we are increasing our acceleration, which allows us to use more force into the bar and carry over to our heavier weights. So, how do we lift explosively? Clearly, if we are using a weight we can only do for 1 rep, we're not going to be able to lift that very explosively. That's going to be probably even slow. Well, it's going to be even slower than you can do for, say, 5 reps. So we want to use a weight that is probably going to be a lot lighter than you're used to using if you don't do any explosive work. That's going to be something in the, let's say, 50 to maybe 65% range is a good start. And you can start low. So what we want to do, we want to take that number, let's just go with 50% here, of your 1 rep max in whatever lift you want to get more explosive on. Generally, you can do this on, with barbell bench press, whatever deadlifting you're doing, and squatting. But you can do it on other exercises too, overhead pressing, whatever you want. So yes, 50% of your 1 rep max. You're going to lift that weight as fast as possible. So when I say be explosive, in relation to lifting weights, that isn't an excuse to contort your body in all sorts of silly ways. That's basically just a recipe for injuring yourself, which clearly I don't want you to do. So what I want you to do, again, executing with perfect form, but the concentric phase, so in the bench press, for instance, when we're pushing up, is going to be as explosive and fast as possible. So the eccentric phase on the bench press, when we're coming down, doesn't matter so much with being explosive, because that's not what we're looking for. So on the eccentric phase of the lift, I want you to come down as you normally would, nice and controlled. Make sure that everything is set up, your bar path is set up for a proper lift when you explode up. So that can be used, again, squats, bench, deadlift, whatever other exercise you really want. Sets and reps. This is something you can kind of progress it and periodize it, but you don't have to worry about, week 1 through week 12, going through like a linear periodization, adding weight every week. It's not that effective. I prefer using it in smaller cycles. So anywhere from, say, 2 to 4 weeks is really, really good cycle you can use explosive lifting on. And so let's go over just a quick 12 weeks. So let's say we're going to work on we're doing bench press, so we'll say bench press, we're going to work on a bench press. So let's split it up into 3-4 week blocks. Our first week, we're going to use the barbell bench press with explosiveness. Our second week, we'll use barbell close grip bench press with being explosive. And our third week, we'll use pause bench with being explosive. So what you can do for each of those blocks is progress. And again, I said 50 to say 60, 65% is a good range. So you can just divide that number. That's 10 to 15% over 4 weeks. That's say 2.5 to 3%. So start at 50%, add 2.5 to 3% of your 1 rep max. So say it's 50% 1 week, 53%, 56%, and then 60% the last week. And there you go. Now you have a nice way of not only practicing the actual power lift that you want to improve upon or compete in, but you have a way of developing explosive strength that will carry over to when you're doing, you know, your 5 rep maxes, your 3 rep maxes, your max doubles, triples, singles, whatever. Okay? So now you have a very simple progression to use for your explosive training. I would love to hear about if you've used this in the past with success. Please feel free to comment below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, again, comment below. And if you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked this video, please like it. If you've made it this far, you probably have gleaned some sort of information. I would really appreciate that like. It goes a long way and helps me out a lot. All right, thank you very much.